Welcome back, you degenerates, to the most streaky gambling show on earth. I'm Billy. I'm joined by my good buddy Morgan, and we are currently sweating out a Northwestern live bet.
Yes, sir. We're on the same way on it. It's
Yeah,
looks decent right now. I like it.
yep. Well, real quick, let's just recap today. I had a rough day. You had a pretty solid day, but overall, this week we were killing it. Can't lie.
It's been a good week. The week's not done. It's gonna be a great week.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: when do you count like your week? Because I know like I have a bookie that like obviously his week ends on Sunday, but I start my week on Sunday. Like I
I
start my
start my
winnings
week on
Sunday,
Sunday. I end my week on Saturday.
Sundays to Saturdays. Yeah, I
Yeah,
do the same thing, which I think bookies should do the same thing. But
that's when the
I'm
week.
not.
That's when the week starts in real life. That's when I think of the week starting.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna obviously go ahead and tell my bookie what to do. But if he wants to cash me out on Sunday night after I hit 2-3 game parlays, I mean, I be my guest. Be my guest. I mean, we had a. Did you go undefeated in NFL this week on Twitter too?
I did.
Yeah. Oh man, we had a wild week.
It's been a ride. We've been riding right now.
Yep. Underdogs are fucking
It's a
barking,
bad
babe.
time to try to fade me.
Yep.
Actually, no, I didn't go undefeated. I missed one. I was on the Titans -4. I
Yep.
did miss that one.
I pushed the Bengals +12, but I bought the points for the parlay.
Oof.
The straight up bet I pushed, but the parlay I took the half, so that I won all that. We didn't even cover it. I got off the air. As I say, we got off the air, and we didn't even talk about Patriots versus a rookie quarterback. And I felt like that was fucked up.
I mean, that game, we should have known from the jump. You don't make Bill Belichick an underdog.
Yeah,
It's
he took
simple
it
as that.
personal.
You don't make Bill Belichick an underdog. Like, what do you got? What are you thinking? And I don't know how we missed that. That was something that should be just drilled into our heads from all these years, but somebody missed the ship on that one, and a lot of people made a lot of money there.
Yep,
Not
that's what was
us.
wild. I hated the slate for the NFL last week, and then like Saturday morning came around. I was like, oh, I see it. Like sometimes it takes a while to see what you're looking at. You know, like obviously I told you guys the Lions. Fuck you, Matt Patricia. I had to sweat the shit out of that game, but that
Yeah,
was
that one was very stressful because I'm sitting there. I was with one of my buddies' houses. I was like, yeah, new coach. You just fired everyone. It's a momentum game. I was on the opposite side of this earlier in the year with Bill O'Brien. It's just going to be a Lions win easily. And I sat there. I was like, oh no, what did I do? What have I done? I didn't lose just my money. I'm losing other people's money now. And they came back. It was glorious bastards working out there in Flint.
I was talking shit about how much that trend is a lock, and it's actually not even a lock over like the past 15 years. It's really like it's just the NFL like average. It's like
You sold me.
straight up wins is slightly better. I think it was 52%, but covering the spread was 46%. So like I was like, I don't know, but like listen, it was 2-0 this year. You ride it. You ride it. Um I got some solid information from a buddy of mine. Said, whatever you do, just take the Browns money line. And I said, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I like that. He said, put your life savings on it. I listened. I didn't post it on Twitter, which I
You're
regret,
smart.
but I threw it in my parlay. Bang, that's another one. Um, Yesterday for college basketball, that would be Tuesday. We might have had the biggest slates on fucking Twitter.
It was it was glorious.
It was
It just kept
beautiful.
growing and growing, and we were saying going back to each other all day. It's just like who's going to have the bigger card at the end of the day. Like this thing is just growing a lot more and more. And next thing you know, we're playing. We got 10 play cards left and right. Mo Watts 26 adds this. Billy FFD adds this. It just keeps going.
Yeah, 10 p.m. I'm adding fucking 9:27. You could check the timestamp. I added fucking 3 more plays for the
I woke up
9:30.
this morning with 3 texts about adding plays throughout the night and just all this different stuff. And I was like, God damn, what did we do today?
Woke up in a fog of no idea what happened.
Just all of a sudden.
Let's talk about some college basketball. Let's recap on college basketball. There's a lot of games that played since last time we spoke. Iowa seems like they might be one of the teams to beat, but the problem I found with them, they live and die by the 3, which we kind of knew going in, but they can't stop a soul.
Can't stop anybody right now. It's one thing that you always got to think about the idea of basketball as a whole, though. The last thing to come together on a team, especially when it's a new team, different year like this, where no one gets to practice a lot, defense. This defense is communication.
Mm-hmm.
That's all defense is. It doesn't come together right away. I think it's going to come together. Might not be the top defense in the country, but it's going to come together. They're going to patch some of those holes up, and I like their chances this year.
Yeah, I mean, I like them, but after what I saw out of Illinois, like I saw them play previously, like earlier in the season in the tournament, but they might be the team to beat. They hose Duke. Like Duke looks terrible. We talked about it last week, but they made them look silly.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like just last week we were talking about how you were giving me crap for my Illinois pick against what was it, Baylor?
Bit.
A little bit, and now you're
flip
flopping on me here.
Bet? But I mean, who won that bet?
I mean, who won this bet though? I was on Illinois versus Duke.
Yeah, but I gave out the money line.
I did not. I gave the plus 3.5. Still a winner. I just made it look better because we won outright.
Yep, win's a win. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you profit a little bit more than others, but are you, since we're both Duke fans, are you concerned about Duke? Do you think that they're not going to be ranked next week? I don't think they're going to be ranked next week.
I think they'll be ranked, but I think it'll be in the 20s. It'll be, I think you're just based off the name and who they are, they're going to stay ranked. They're not going to get jumped by something, but it's going to be touch and go for a little while.
I don't think they're a top 25 team.
I'll say it. I think
I don't
they're
care.
A top 25 talent right now, but they're not playing as a top 25 team. Will they get there? I'd like to think they will. I mean, they're Duke. This is what we do. We're the Yankees of basketball, or I'm sorry, college basketball. We're the Lakers of college basketball. This is what we do. We win. We win titles. We win championships.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to find a good picture for my background. Obviously, shout out to Bill Walton, one of my heroes. The only man on national television that can just be on mushrooms and just call a basketball game.
Best announcer to watch in any sport by far.
Yeah, it's not even close. What was I gonna say? I was trying to find a picture of like a good one that would fit. Bill Walton's not really fitting right now, unfortunately. See, he's looking over my shoulder. He's like my guardian angel of the Coach K, face palm, and everything was just like direct center, and it wasn't working out for me.
We need our guy Bill just chilling in the corner. Mm-hmm. He's like one of the unofficial mascots of Betting the Diagonal.
Yeah, that's my fantasy basketball team name, and that will be my. I mean, I love Bill Walton. I've loved Bill Walton before people were shitting on him on Twitter. Jay Billis. I just want to talk about Jay Billis real quick because I was watching the game last night. I tweeted it out on Betting Diagonal on Twitter that Jay Billis hates charges. Hates flopping more than anybody on earth. Every time, even that game got out of hand real quick with the charges and whatnot, but any flop, he flips out. He's
a passionate guy. What are you going to say?
Yeah, he's old school. But he's like, this is why they keep flopping, because the refs just give it to him.
Ruining our sport.
I think it's great. Let's move on to the NFL plays for this week. Real quick, I just wanted, because I know you don't have any plays on tomorrow night, but or have you changed your mind?
Come back to me at the end of our cards. Let me think on it a little bit. I think I might have something. Let me think on it a little bit longer, though.
I'm on the weekly Thursday night under.
I always like that. That's always a smart one.
I think the number's a little bit too high. It's at 45. I think it opened at 46. but it's just going to keep dropping. The defense for New England looked good last week, and I think they might continue to step it up. But you saw what happened to the Rams in the Super Bowl. You know, they looked embarrassed
They
against the Patriots.
They can't do anything. They couldn't move the ball.
Yep.
You know, a lot of those guys are still there in that defense. You got the McCourty twins. You got that guy Stephon Gilmore, who just might be the best corner there is. You know, it's
two top 3 corners in this game. So,
who's your top corner?
Oh, I'm a Ramsey guy.
All right, I was gonna say you have to go Ramsey. The dude's a stud. He does it all.
I'm a Ramsey guy. He can play zone. He can play man. He can shadow. He can do it all. Nice titties, baby.
Let me get comfortable in peace.
So I just wanted to say that I was on the under, and the line moved. It opened at 6.5 for the towards the Rams, and I was leaning taking the Patriots, but after they blew out the Chargers, it quickly went down to 5, and I want nothing to do with it. If anything, I'd lead in the Rams, but I'm not touching the spread at all.
So I'm going to interrupt you real quick. We have Pitt is now winning 71-70.
I know, I see it.
They have stormed back.
That was a great double down by me, you know?
Yeah. Those who are watching this right now, as we said in the opener, we're both on this game right now. We're both on Northwestern, and Northwestern had a 7-point lead as of 30 seconds ago. It is now a 1-point deficit, just like that. We are the streakiest podcast in the country.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game.
If you want a wild ride, if you want to enjoy what you're doing with your bets, we're the boys to roll with. Because
that's what I forgot about.
We are hitting the emotions all day.
That's what I forgot about in the intro. The amount of 15 to 20 point leads blowing the last 2 days, dude, have just drawn me mad.
The amount of 15 to 20 point leads blowing that we have been on in the past couple of days.
Purdue had I had Purdue and Bryant parlay. Anyway, I thought it was one of the safest games on the board, ready to go. They were up 21, and then they just don't score again, and they wound up losing. Not even just losing. I'm like, oh my god!
It's
Bryant,
unbelievable.
of course, blows them out by 25.
And this week has been the wildest week imaginable.
Yeah, and then Bryant today blows a 20-point lead. And I said, this can't be serious. Hofstra blew an 18-point lead today. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. We got to figure it out. Back to the NFL, by the way, for those listening home. My game of the week is Chargers money line against the Falcons. Second, I have 2 games of the week.
Where's this game at? Where's this game at? Is it in LA in LA, or is it in Atlanta?
I believe it's in Atlanta. I'm gonna double check for you right now. I just don't have it written down, but it doesn't matter. It couldn't be in LA because you're not allowed to play football in LA. It is in LA, I guess, or wherever it is, wherever they're playing.
I guess it wouldn't really matter either way, because either way, then Atlanta has to go west. Chargers got to go east. I don't hate that. I like Chargers plus 2.5.
I'm taking the money line. I'm not not even.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking the money line. It's a bounce back game for. I hate Anthony Lynn. People who've listened to me on the.
This also could be the game that could really lead to him getting fired if he goes the other way on it.
It could be. Are you telling me that you're on the other way?
I'm leaning that way.
Oh, you're a psychopath.
I'm leaning Falcons. Pittsburgh just won this game.
I can't believe that just happened.
We just
whatever.
Well, this is what we get for live betting at 11:30 at night on a Wednesday.
Bro, just you wait till my text messages in February and January when there's a foot of snow on the ground. I just think it's a bounce back game. I don't think that Herbert enjoys getting blown out 45-0 on national television. And the Falcons D, people say they've been playing better. They still stink. They're gonna run the ball, and then they're gonna use Eckler out of control. I know you said you lean Falcons, and I know you don't have a good reason why, because the Falcons stink.
I just think that Anthony Lynn has lost that team at this point. And I think that Atlanta's playing some pretty good football right now. After getting that beating that a young Chargers team just took, I think I lean a little bit more towards the Atlanta side, but not by a ton. It's probably like a 55-45 lean.
So naturally, you have to go. Well, I said something today in a group chat I'm in. I said, I love the line, therefore I hate the line, therefore I'm playing it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So you have to take the Chargers. That's what you're telling me.
I think you have to, but I think I have to take the opposite,
That's
because I have to.
That's fair.
I'm gonna fade it on that one.
That's fine. I would hate you for fading it. I understand the reasons why. I'm an Anthony Lynn hater. If anybody who's ever listened to the Fantasy Football Degenerates, week after week, I'm telling people how bad this coach is. He's been the top 5 worst coaches for, I don't know, 6, 7 years now. But I think the talent on that team will be enough. I think it was Derwin James that I heard. I don't know off the top of the dome. It's been a long, long day of me losing. But either way, that's my play. That's who I'm going with.
That's not bad. I like that one. That's one of your locks you're going to play?
Yeah, yep. All right. For sure. I have 3 NFL plays officially. I'm sure there'll be more. But NFL, listen, man. I might give out a teaser. Not tonight, but on Twitter I'll probably give out my teaser. I'm a NFL teaser guy. Kind of like the only spot with his actual value in the NFL anymore. Moving on to the next game that I enjoy, because I know you have a bigger card for the NFL than I do, so we'll definitely get to yours. Is Chiefs minus 7.5 against the Dolphins. This is a Chiefs statement game. I was on Denver this week. Another one of my undefeated NFL picks this week. I thought it was an easy play for me. Well, like I got we should just record the shit on Saturday when I actually have an idea of like what
we kind of have been able to think about some things for a little bit.
Yeah, because these lines come out and we record on Wednesdays. It's a little early, but we always want to get it out before Thursday Night Football. So it's a Chiefs statement game. Mahomes is going to light up this defense using Kelsey. They're going to keep using Kelsey until they start covering underneath, and then, like as they usually do in typical fashion, they're just going to go deep with Tyreek, and that's going to be the end of it. Just one thing to note: the Dolphins have been covering like an absurd amount.
Dolphins are one of the very best at covering the spread this year. They're 8-3 against the spread this season. I'm sorry, 9-3.
They'd be 9-3, 8-4, depending on the line you had. Like they would have been 8-3-1. Like there was a book, only one book still had the 12, and I took the shit out of that line. I said that's way too many points. I'm taking it. I texted the guy after. I said, hey, after the bet was placed and it was too late for him to say no, I was like, that line stinks, dude. Just want to let you know that line stinks because he's a friend of mine. So I just wanted to let him know, hey, buddy, your line stinks. Thank you. Thanks for the free money. I like the Dolphins D, but Chiefs gonna win this game by double digits, and
that's a game I have on my card. I'm on that side also. I have the Chiefs at -7 on mine, so obviously a little bit better for me, but I do like the Chiefs in that. So pretty much the exact same reasons. That statement.
Oh,
game.
It is at 7 now. I just checked my book. It is down a little bit. Yep. That was the over.
So I like them as well. I think that now that the Steelers, especially looking outside this game itself, and rivalry and the division. Now the Steelers are not undefeated any longer. This is where it's like, okay, we are the best team. No one can sit there and say, oh, Pittsburgh, they're undefeated. They are. No. Now it's like Kansas City, you have a clear shot. You are the top dog now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Especially if Tua plays. I'm a known Tua hater once again.
But when you get rid of Fitzmagic, you have to hate Tua.
Yeah. I feel like if Fitz played, this game would be closer to like a 5 or 4.5 at the moment. But with Tua, it should be double digits. It really should. Like he's
Yeah,
been
I would
efficient.
say that.
Look,
Yeah,
he's been efficient. He hasn't been throwing interceptions. Like he knows when not to throw the interception, but he's trying to fit balls where they don't belong, and he hasn't played anybody good. He's 4-1, I believe. It's 4-1 now.
but is
But
is he 4-1?
no,
Like what has he done to get them there? Nothing. Like he's
nothing.
not. He's not. He's maybe he becomes a real good guy. I think I was not a big Tua guy come draft process. I really didn't really think he was going to be anything amounts too much special. I also have been on the record as saying that I did not think Burrow was going to be all that great.
Yeah, I know it
So
sucks, don't it?
it's
Yeah,
that's a tough look right now. But
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
yep. So Chiefs and I lean over. I think I haven't decided yet. I lean over. It's a 49 and a half. I lean the over. I think Kansas City can get to 49 by themselves this week. They're gonna come out angry. Um,
Definitely agree with you on that one for sure.
the next game I feel like is gonna be a public slaughtering. Is gonna be Vikings plus 6.5 against Tampa. And why don't you give the boys and girls at home the reason why?
Yeah, I am all over the Vikings in this game. Their last four as underdogs, they're 4-0. They're one of the hottest teams in the league in general right now, going from 1-5. What are they? I believe they're 6-6, 7-6 currently.
I believe they're
They have
six and
come
six. They're six and
6 and
six.
6. Yeah, so I mean, they've come all the way back. They're still in the NFC with where it is. They are in the playoff race at this point, and it's just you don't know what you're going to get out of Brady at any point in time going on right now. Um, I love the Vikings. This might be my lock of the week.
I like that. I like that a lot. Like if the Chiefs weren't playing the Dolphins this week and it wasn't going to be a big statement game, this probably would be my lock of the week as well. There's gonna be so many people. Tampa's coming off the bye, yes, and like the numbers say you take Tampa and get off the bye, but there's something about this line that stinks. Tampa wins this game. Listen, I think Tampa wins this game by a last second field goal or heroics, but they're not. This line's gonna move towards Tampa's way. This line's only gonna get bigger.
Yeah, so
So
take it.
I'd
I don't know.
wait.
I'm actually thinking in all seriousness that
I knew
this
he was
could
gonna
be
get up and move.
I needed to move. I couldn't handle that spot anymore. I needed a sturdier thing. I need less distraction. Um, I actually almost kind of lean a little bit to a Minnesota outright on this one. I
I
think
don't hate it, but
the way that they're playing right now, they are probably one of the hottest, if not the hottest teams in football.
I don't hate
They've
it.
raised the ship. Kirk Cousins' his last four games is playing like Aaron Rodgers. He got 11-2 touchdown to interception ratio. I love what I'm seeing right now to them.
Yep, I don't hate it at all. I'm a little. They're not going to be able to run the ball, which will extend plays. Tampa's secondary looked terrible last time we saw them. If they clean it up, it's gonna be a close game. That I know for sure.
I think it will be close. I do love the over in this game also
Yeah,
at 51.5. That's another one of my plays that I have. Two teams combined are 15-9 to the over this year. Like this is an over game. They're going to put some points on the board.
I like that as well. I like that as well. Next game that you have that's on your card is Colts -3 versus the Raiders, who almost lost to
Raiders.
the
Yeah,
my
that's
local New York Jets. If it wasn't for the homeboy, the one and only, the infamous, the forever going down in history, Greg Williams doing an all-out
that
blitz
was one of
where
the
he should be playing.
craziest things I've ever seen.
It's the first time it's ever happened in that situation. Under 5 seconds, down, up up
I
one
just want to
one
know
or more points.
how do you even try to justify that after it happened?
He
Like
wanted out.
I'd love to sit there and just listen to that conversation.
He wanted out, dude. He like they hired him and he didn't like Adam Gase. They weren't on the same page.
Nobody likes Adam
I
Gase.
know, but like
It's
when you have to work with the guy, like,
it's
hey, get me
crazy.
out of here. That's some shit I would do. I'm like, hey, he's like he was playing Madden. He was playing Madden. He ran Engage 8, and that was the end of it.
I've run it engage 8 a million times. I think a million times I've given up touchdowns. So
Yep,
sounds about right.
happens every time. You want to elaborate a little bit more? This game is not on my card. We've talked about how I think the Colts are frauds, so
Yeah,
I have no play on this game.
I am actually I like this game a lot. I like the Colts in this game. I'm leaning actually a little bit more off the Colts are frauds trains and actually think they're pretty decent. They have Philip Rivers has done a great job managing the game every single week. The Niners are 4-1 in their last five. However, I think they're kind of a fluky 4-1 in their last five. I don't think they're playing as good as they're playing. They're playing way above their ceiling right now. I think this is a kind of a gut check time for Indy to kind of put a nice little resume bump on their standard right there to kind of keep them in the AFC South race with the Titans. Who were coming off that big loss to Cleveland last week. So I think this is big Indy win right here.
Yeah, I'd honestly, my fantasy team would love it if the Colts won, because then they'd have to keep playing Derrick Henry, and I could walk into a stack of money. That'd be great. Personally, that's just my side note. I'll be rooting for the Colts. I don't know what to think of this Vegas team. Darren Waller eats like crazy. Ruggs is the fastest player on the field.
Phenomenal.
Derek Carr stinks. That defense is horrendous. And
I had somebody say something. It was yesterday, the day before, but has Carson Wentz become what Derek Carr? Everyone thought Derek Carr was.
Oh man, that's a great segue because that's the next game is Saints minus 6.5 versus the Eagles. Yep. And rest in peace to your homeboy, the main man. No, he won't. No, he won't. They're already trying to move him.
He will be back.
There's already phone calls been made.
Better than ever next season. I still have it locked in. Comeback player of the year, number 11, Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, Carson Wentz.
No shot. Carson Wentz will be out of town next year. They will trade him at the draft to the Jets.
I think there's a better chance Jalen Hurts gets traded at the draft. Because if Hurts does anything...
I'd love a bet on that.
I think if Hurts does anything in the next couple of weeks, you have so much invested in Carson that, and he's, you have people saying that he's still the franchise guy. This is a good, nice little audition period for Jalen. Get a nice little 3-year contract that he has out there, easy to pay for any team. Maybe New England, maybe the Jets.
You're talking Wentz. You're talking. You have all the right words. You're just speaking about the wrong guy, my friend.
I don't think
everybody is out. Peterson is out. The GM is out. Wentz is out. There's no way. I understand. Look, right? If you turn around, look at your TV real quick. Look who's on TV. Jalen Hurts is on TV right now. There's no Carson Wentz.
I have a Jimmy John's commercial, so
you missed it by 30 seconds.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, man. Jalen Hurts brings life to that team. He doesn't look like a statue out there. Like, listen, the Saints are gonna win this game. Like, I'm gonna add this one to my card most likely. For sure, I'm gonna add this to my card, but
yeah, I got the Saints 6.5. Eagles are another team, just like I said the other week. The Eagles can't beat the Seahawks. Eagles cannot beat the Saints either. The Saints are in the Eagles' heads. They've met in the playoffs multiple times now. Every single time the Saints beat the Eagles late on just a gut-wrenching, rip-your-heart-out play. They're in our heads. We go down there to New Orleans, we get crushed. They come up to here, and we get crushed. Even if there's a foot on the snow, we get crushed by them. It's just it doesn't matter who's under Slender. I know there's talk Drew Brees might be able to come back this week, even though it looks more likely next week. It's actually, I think, better for the Saints if they keep Taysom Hill in there. He's been playing extremely well. He has an all-new dimension to that team, makes Kamara even more dangerous, makes Mr. Slant God himself, Michael Thomas, a little bit more dangerous because you're going to run a lot more RPO than you usually would. I love the Saints in this game.
Yeah, I love them as well. I'm going to add it to the card just because fuck it, that's why. Saints.
I'm probably going to throw a bet on the Eagles there just because I have to.
God bless your soul. God bless your soul. Carson Wentz is out of town, buddy. I'm sorry. I hate to say it.
Eagles money line this week, everybody.
Eagles money line. If the Eagles win outright, I don't know. I'll find something. I'll Venmo you some money, buddy. I'll buy you a lamp. I'll buy you that lamp. That's what I'll do. If the Eagles win outright, I'll buy you that lamp.
Get a lamp. I
Just
like
for
it.
calling it. I'll clip it. I'll put it on the pod. I'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it everywhere. It's not happening.
That'll be the Morgan play of the week. Special play with boosted odds. The Eagles
Saints minus 6.5, but Eagles money line. You got it.
One of them's gonna.
One of them has got to win. So that's about it for the NFL, I think. Like at least for right now.
I'm just noticing that I have the Saints twice on my card. That's pretty good.
I might have put it in there by accident under mine.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more. I'm sure, like anyone who keeps the tabs on and tracks us and fades us or tails us on the Twitter page, I'm sure there will be more picks. I'm sure we'll have some prop picks. A prop pick, I don't know what it's at right now, that I love to play every single week is Dalvin Cook over on his carries. He has hit it every single week I've played it.
I think this is the 1 week he hits the under.
You think it's the week he hits the under?
That's a good run defense.
I think that's
it's carries, not touches, correct? It's carries, not touches.
Yep, it's carries.
Yeah, no, I think it might go under.
Let me see if he's got. I'm going to check and see if he has anything in there just yet.
I
don't think he does. They usually don't put the prop till about Friday.
I texted you on Sunday. I had Tyler Lockett over in catches and over in yards, and admit that receiving yards missed by fucking 2 because he was out for two series because he almost died. So that wasn't fun. He had 3 for 36 on the first drive and then didn't play until the second quarter. I was like, oh no.
Can we just take a step back though? This is 2 weeks ago. How about that? Did I not call the DK Metcalf over receptions and over yards against the Eagles as well? I know this is going 2 episodes back now at this point, but I feel like we didn't even mention that last week.
Yeah,
that was the easiest player prop I've ever seen.
Yep, I agree. It was pretty good. Listen, I got some advice from a good gambler that I know that said if you're having a bad time betting the NFL, stop betting the spreads, stop betting the over-unders. Just stick to what you know because a lot of people get involved in gambling because of fantasy football. Like, especially nowadays, they start throwing $100 in a league, this and that, and the next thing you know, hey, they have a 10-game parlay on their slate. Next thing, out of nowhere.
That sounds targeted almost.
Maybe I might be talking about myself.
Sure.
Who knows?
Yeah, sure.
But what was I gonna say? It's low hanging fruit a lot of the times. That's why they don't release them until Saturday. I don't know if Morgan can hear me, but this is for the people out there.
I can hear you. We got to get the charger real fast.
Yep. It's low hanging fruit because that's the reason why they don't come out till Friday night or Saturday morning. It's because they don't want the sharps to be hammering games like that. They don't want them to be max betting $5-6 grand or in a casino up to $100 grand on a prop bet.
That's what we like to do, though.
Yeah, because it's easier money.
Exactly, it's the easiest money you'll ever make.
Yeah, I just want to throw it out there. Like if you're having a rough go, hit the prop bets.
It's a great way to just kind of start learning how to gamble. Also, it's much easier. You'll get more interested in gambling, more interested in watching the game for more than just the actual game itself, seeing where money is to be made within that game.
I agree as well. Heading into tomorrow for college basketball, do you have any games in your slate for tomorrow?
I have nothing in college basketball tomorrow.
Okay.
I hate every single game. Again, like I said just a minute ago, check the Twitter tomorrow morning. That could change very fast.
That'll definitely change.
But as of this moment at 11:50 on a Wednesday night, I have no plays for college basketball tomorrow. We'll reevaluate on a fresh brain in the morning, and something will speak to me. There'll end up being at least a couple plays.
Yep. I know for a fact I'll be taking the South Dakota versus North Dakota. Obviously, the battle of the Dakotas. I'll be taking the over on that. South Dakota State is going to be a team that I lean to on the over most weeks. I think at this point, they're an offensive juggernaut. They were last year. They score like crazy. They're currently, where was it? I had it pulled up. This is the wrong one. They are, well, I'm not wrong. I have like 5 different tabs pulled up. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. They're number 8 in America, or NCAA basketball, or college basketball, however you want to put it, in 3-point percentage this year. They're shooting 45.9%, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. They put points on the board. They don't play crazy defense. It doesn't matter if the spread's a little bit too much for me. I liked it, the opening line, but it flew. It flew up. It opened at 5, and now it's already at 8. So, besides that, I'm waiting for the San Diego State line. I don't even know if they're playing the San Diego State versus Arizona State. That's gonna be a really good game. I might sit back and watch as a fan. If the over under is anything around 148 to 150, I'm taking the under. And if the spread is within 6, no, I don't want to say 6. 6, I think 6 would be too much. It'll probably be a 5-point spread, and I'll probably lean Arizona State, and I'll see where the line moves. I'll see where it goes first. Even though like a lot of the steam bets this year, like where the lines have gone, like once the lines open up, it's just been wrong. Like, it's not just us getting hammered. The sharps are getting hammered. The professional gamblers are getting hammered. Everybody's getting hit. It's not just us, buddy. I'm keeping
It
up
just
with
seems like it's us much more often.
Well, of course, because it's our money. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're not the ones losing. We are.
Yep. Run through your slate real quick. I want to try to pull up some trends.
All right, so we went over. I don't, like I said, I don't have any basketball plays. I'm going to add some of these extra little spoilers I have in here. Since we don't have any college basketball plays tomorrow, decided to bring a few extra little things to the table. So to replace my go-to basketball play, we're going to have some football play, not some football in the American sense, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to play some soccer plays. We are going to ride Tottenham Hotspurs tomorrow on Thursday at minus 335. Tottenham is the best team in the Premier League this season. They got back my favorite player in all of football, Gareth Bale from Real Madrid this year. He's starting around a little bit better into form. He's getting healthier. Harry Kane is one of the best players. I don't know how to say the guy's name, but his last name is Son. He is the leading goal scorer in the Premier League this season. Love Tottenham. Jose Mourinho, he's a heck of a coach.
Tottenham, by the way. It's not Tottenham. It's Tottenham.
I'll say it how I want to say it. This guy, they're playing Antwerp, and this guy over here chirping me like he is a little twerp. Like, this is just unbelievable right now. But, yes, Tottenham, that's who we're riding with.
Tottenham.
You got West Ham on the other side of London, and you got Tottenham in the other.
Yep, that's fair. Give me that one.
It's a point, Morgan. Everybody clip that right there.
Clip it.
Add it to my card. That's a win in my category. Other than soccer, I'm also going to throw a couple college football plays because we got to have a good slate of college football this week. We're going to ride Alabama minus 32. How can you not ride Alabama? They're just the dominant. There's not even enough words I can use to describe how good they are. We're also going to take Oklahoma, West Virginia over 56 points. These two Big 12 teams, they score. They go into shootouts left and right. They had a game like 2 or 3 seasons ago where it was like 47-45 was the final score. Like there's no defense played in the Big 12. Billy's favorite player in the nation, Spencer Rattler, has 24 touchdowns this season.
Hate that guy.
Really good. He's living up to where it looked like the number 1 recruit in the nation. West Virginia stinks. They're not going to stop anybody. Oklahoma's a very good team. So ride that there. I'm going to ride Michigan State plus 14.5 versus Penn State. There's no reason in the world Penn State should be a 14.5 favorite. I don't care how bad Michigan State might be this season. No reason in the world. Penn State's the worst team in all of college football. They're one of the worst schools in all of college. Michigan State fields a great team every year. They always play tough contests between the two schools. They're like the tier 2 schools in the Big Ten, fighting it out, seeing who's that top dog behind Ohio State. Hammer Michigan State. Couple others, I got Wisconsin -1. I forget who Wisconsin's playing, but I have Wisconsin -1. Let's see if I can try to remember that. Wisconsin's playing Iowa. So Wisconsin is actually favored against number 16 Iowa. I think that these are two ground and pound teams. These guys just run it down their throat. This is Big Ten football. Every single one of these guys on both offensive lines is going to be a first-round draft pick in the NFL. That's what these programs do. They churn out road graders who are just blocking and pushing down the field for guys like Derrick Henry. You let the athletes get down there in the SEC. You want the meat and potatoes kind of guys, you come to the Big Ten. That's where you're going to find them. We're also going to ride Florida -23. Now, Florida, again, let me figure out who we're playing. It's playing LSU. LSU stinks. They just gave themselves a self-imposed postseason ban for next season and this season for violations that they had. Florida's good. Kyle Trask might win the Heisman this year.
He's 38 touchdowns right now
already. I saw today an odds thing that's coming out. Trevor Lawrence apparently had called up to him a little bit. I do think he is the favorite, though, for sure. He's a stud. I don't know if he's draft eligible this year. He might be one more year, but the quarterbacks who are coming into the NFL are going to be phenomenal in the next 2 seasons. Like, if I'm a huge draft guy, we'll do something big when draft comes around. But if you're an NFL guy and you just love, watching these good young quarterbacks play, Kyle Trask is one who does not get enough love coming his direction, and he's going to be a stud. He's one to watch out for. My last play of the week for college basketball is going to be college football. College football is going to be UNC Miami over 67.5 points. These teams are going to air it out. These teams are going to throw. You saw Sam Howell a couple weeks ago threw for like 585 yards and like 8 touchdowns. This kid is, as much as I hate UNC, he's pretty good. I've seen people who are just idiots saying that he should win the Heisman. No, he should not win the Heisman. He's not even in the conversation. Maybe next year he gets in the conversation. Oh, I see you adding Alabama there. I like it.
I haven't put it up on Twitter at all, but every week I just wind up taking Alabama. It just doesn't fail.
It's Alabama. It doesn't matter what. Alabama -50, give them to me. I'll take them. I don't care who they're against. They see that number. Nick Saban is like Bill Belichick. He isn't going to lose. He's not going to fail to cover anything. And then my big lock. This is the special teaser. I don't have any college basketball for you guys.
This is the teaser.
This is the tease right here. If you can get this at this right now, I put every penny that I had in my one account in on this game already.
You just did right before.
I did.
Don't say I would. Admit to the boys.
You're right. All right. You're right. I did. I didn't sound I would. I did. I emptied the bank account or at least one of the accounts I have all into this game as a futures bet. December 22nd, NBA opening night. The Stars are going to be out in LA. The Lakers are raising the banner against the Clippers, that juvenile team that has to share a building with that superior organization. Right now, the Lakers are opening at 2.5-point favorites after winning the title with LeBron and Anthony Davis playing some of the best basketball of their entire careers. I am hammering the Lakers -2.5. I'm going to hammer them on the money line also, just to win outright. Or not even that it would be win outright. They're the Lakers. They are going to be the most dominant team again. They're probably going to win the title again. 2.5. That's embarrassing to only give them that big of a favorite coming in after winning a title. Embarrassing. Yep. LeBron's going to take that personally. LeBron's going to go probably for at least 42 points, 11 boards, and 9 assists. We might put some plays out for prop bets that night too.
Yep. I mean, I love that line. I'm interested in see. I just tried to Google it real quick. I don't really have it in front of me. You told me literally as I press record that you love that, and I was like, oh man, I wish I had a stat for that. I'm interested to see what what that would be of the percentage of teams that cover when they're raising banners. I feel like they might come out flat because they're a little emotional. I don't know. I'm taking it. I'm riding it with you because they're just a better team overall. But I don't know. I'm interested to see what that actual number is.
I'm
That'd
I'm
be a
really
really
trying to
cool
find out right
statistic.
now, but it's a tough one to find.
Yeah, I've just been
I
trying
would
to
love
find
to know
something.
that. I might
Uh,
have to just do some research tomorrow while I'm sitting at my desk and just go through all the past 10 years, every single sport,
yeah,
what it looks
that's what I
like.
was gonna do when we stopped recording. I was just gonna go through who won the last 10 and then
We're gonna have
if
to.
they covered or not. Might just be
But
the
yeah,
easier way to
that's
go.
and then we're getting Billy in on betting basketball this year. Basketball is something I like to bet a lot. I think it's some of the easiest money to win.
NBA, NBA.
Yes, NBA, NBA. Yes, preface that
People have
NBA.
seen from my cards that I'm a college basketball fanatic.
Yes, we'll preface that with NBA. Billy's more of a college basketball gambler. I'm more of an NBA gambler until it comes March Madness time.
Yeah,
So we're going to have a nice little bounce back and forth, but we're going to get him on that one. If you're listening to this, watching this, I implore you, take the Lakers, get it, giving 2.5. You're telling me that LeBron's
about it.
not going to LeBron's going to win by a 3-pointer? No, LeBron's going to win by at
Well, I
least
can
10.
tell you
This is
what, according to Kyrie, LeBron ain't taking that shot.
I mean, I don't need LeBron to take that shot. I got Danny Green who will take it. I got Dennis Schroeder
Oh yeah,
who will
Danny
go
Green
take
was
that shot.
killing it in the finals.
Actually,
Come on. So,
I didn't even mean to say Danny Green.
by the
Actually,
way,
Danny Green's on the
shout out to
Sixers.
Danny Green. He grew up 15 minutes from my house. Shout out to Danny Green. Shout out
Yeah,
to Tobias Harris
okay.
holding it
I meant to
down.
say Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is where I meant to go with on that. Danny Green's actually on the Sixers. He's our starting three. So Anthony Davis, I mean, stud. He's amazing.
Yeah, so
And
Tobias.
yeah,
Tobias smoked me for 61 points in the playoffs in high school.
I mean, I'm not surprised. The kid was 5-star.
That was that boy. He was playing at Lutheran, which is probably the best. If you know anything about high school basketball, it's a top 10 in history, a top 10 high school basketball team, and he left there to go back his senior year to play at his like local high school, and of course, like we match up with them, and then that was it. I get smoked. Only time my name was in. Only time that
Game.
my name was in the newspaper, you know. I just wanted to before I go into my card real quick, just because I finally pulled it up. I was having some trouble pulling it up. Was some college basketball trends. The unders are actually finally starting to pull through, especially after yesterday. Pretty much every under was hit yesterday, except for the late couple games. But it's hitting at a 52% clip, and home dogs are hitting 54%. So just keep an eye out for that. If you're a type of person that just blindly bets things, I don't know why you would do that, but there's people out there that do. They just play the numbers, and that's just something to know. Straight up, away teams are 24%. They're getting killed. They're just losing, and home teams are 75%. But back to I spoke about the South Dakota State over, and I talked about the under Rams Patriots under tomorrow night. I think that's probably my lock of the week as far as every game to me is a lock of the week. Every game that I bet, I'm 100% confident in. Um, I
That's
love
a
that.
bold
I love
strategy.
that
Not
under. Somebody,
bold strategy.
listen, Bill. You got to be confident in everything. We have a group chat on Twitter that I'm in, and somebody just asked me about a. Let me pull it up. I want to get the number right. About an over under for passing yards for Jared Goff, and you're slamming the under. Two
Absolutely.
hundred 263 passing yards.
Yeah, that's
Slam that under.
100% and under.
Slam that under. I'm adding that to the card. Jared Goff under passing
I
yards.
love that. I love that also. I'm adding that as well. I absolutely love that number.
263. It's a .5, by the way. So if you throw
Okay.
263 passing
If he throws for
yards,
264, I'm coming after you.
that's that's fine, dude. That's fine. Whatever. Um, Vikings plus 6.5. I love it. We talked about it. I added the Saints minus 6.5.
Talked him
Um,
into it.
yeah, you talked me into it. Chiefs minus 7.5. That line is gonna move by the time most people are gonna bet on it. Like we spoke about, get the lines early for some of these games. Like the Chiefs was they're down to a 7. I'll take them all the way up to a 10. Like the sharps are taking the yes the hook. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering like a motherfucker because I'm just rewatching my one of my bets lose. I'm sorry. Um, Chargers money line. If you don't feel confidently as I do, take take the point to 2.5. It'll probably go back to 3 because recency bias will say that the Chargers really, really stink and they lost 45-0. College football, I don't really watch, but I'm slamming Alabama as I wind up always doing, like I talked about when he caught me adding it to my card. And Coastal
So it's already
Carolina
going back up
is
again. Now it's at 33.
yep,
It's moving.
yep. Coastal Carolina has been a team I've bet on pretty much all year, just because like a friend of mine told me, hey, this seems to be real solid this year. It's a team you're gonna want to bet on. I said, all right. I rode with them, and I'll be back on Saturday night, 10:45 on Twitter. Catch me for the Degenerates special, because I always bet either Hawaii or fade Hawaii. It's just something it's like religion to me.
I think I'm going to have to stay up with you now for that one. I didn't realize that Hawaii was this week going at 11 o'clock on Saturday night.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to have to. I'm going to ride that game out with you, I think.
Oh, bro, wait till Tuesday. You work early in the morning. You leave your house early, but Tuesday night, Mountain West basketball, buddy. I'm up.
I mean,
I'm
it's
up.
going to
I'm
be tough.
live betting that game 5-6 times.
It'll be
I'm
a tough one.
wild.
Tuesday night, I won't be doing too much live betting. I got a special double episode this week of The Bachelorette, Monday night and Tuesday night.
Oh my God,
So
Bachelorette.
I'm going to be there. I actually thought about putting in my card some of like my who I think's going home and who I think's staying this next week. So we can start throwing some bets in on that because we're going to do a great Bachelor
I
show
don't
coming
have
up.
that option. I don't think. I gotta check. I have to
I will
check.
find us somewhere that you can bet on the Bachelor Bachelorette.
I'm sure. I don't want to. I don't watch it because there's too much basketball happening, and that's
But
what I
then
like
next
to.
thing you know, I'll end up getting you to watch it with me on a Tuesday night.
Cuddle up in our blankets and hot
Yep.
cocoa, watch The
Nice.
Bachelorette instead of Mountain
We're
West
gonna have some
basketball.
hot coffee or hot chocolate and a pint of ice cream, little Ben and Jerry's action after a long emotional day at work.
Oh, you're crazy. No shot. No shot. I don't know why by
That's what I
watching
said.
sweating out a Mountain West game. That's my enjoyment of a good night. Um, is there anything else you wanted to touch upon before we get out of here?
That's about all the plays I've got this week. As always, we let you guys know each week. If you want to come go join this ride with us, hit us up on Betting Diagonal. We are on Twitter at Betting Diagonal. We're on Spotify now. We are on YouTube now. You can
We
find.
are on. By the way, just because you just brought that up, we are on a lot more platforms. According to our producer, we're on Stitcher. We are on Google Play.
Oh, shit.
We are on microphone.com. We are on an absurd amount of platforms. Check us out anywhere you could even think about it.
It doesn't matter if you are living in Siberia right now. It doesn't matter if you live out in Starksville, Mississippi, where you have no reception or anything. You can find us. You can find us anywhere. We are there to bring you great content. You can find a bookie anywhere. I don't care what state you're in. You can find someone to set some bets with you. Now, bet legally and responsibly.
And
We're
responsibly.
not promoting anything bad here. But you can easily find great ways to get some great action. You can get on this ride with us. You can see the roller coaster that we're on right now. It is a blast, though. We got our hands up 1 minute, and next minute we're hurling over. You don't know what's about to happen. Our boy Bill back there, he is riding high with us this entire.
I was just about to bring up Bill because you said it was the roller coaster, and I feel like I'm on an acid trip with Bill Walton right now with the way my bets can go one day up, one day down.
You put me at my dinner table. Bill Walton is sitting there right next to me, one of my dream guests. I want to sit right next to him. I want to hear his story.
Walton and Kanye West.
Bill and Kanye, that'd be a good one. Let's hear what you guys got to say. Let's get a couple little extra narcotic action, maybe moving around on them guys. We'll have a blast.
That's funny. So just to close it out, follow us on Twitter at Betting Diagonal. Follow, subscribe on YouTube. Ring that bell, set up the notifications, especially on Twitter. I am constantly adding games on Twitter.
Billy is playing throughout the entire day. I'm adding as I go. I'm seeing things. Also, we had a nice, like I said earlier, we had a nice day just the other day where we just kept adding to the card the entire day. Our morning thread that had both of our plays probably had about 8 responses to it of us just adding things throughout the day. It was It was crazy. It was wild, but we ended up having a lot of fun with it.
Yep, absolutely. All right, till next time, guys, best of luck, and we'll see you next week, you dirty little degenerates.
Enjoy responsibly.
All right, let's stop recording.